How's it going, YouTube everyone? We're back with the Big Friendly Gardener. I am Jack, and today we're going to be showing you how to replace a fence. So obviously the first step is to remove the old fence. As you can see there, Aidan is just going at it with a sledgehammer. This was an arris rail fence, so he's just removing the arris rails from the notch, and I'm setting up the jack there to remove the post. I'm going to show you now quickly what I'm doing and how to remove the posts. Okay, so one of the questions I get quite a lot is how do you get the actual posts out? Obviously it's quite a lot of work. You can dig it out by hand, but then you've got to smash all the concrete out. So I'm just going to show you a really quick and easy way with a farm jack. So basically what I've got here is I've used a tow rope. I've wrapped that round the notch, so that is applying pressure on that notch to pull it up. You can also use chain. Chains are a lot better, if I'm honest, but if you haven't got a notch, what you can do is either get a bolt, a timber bolt, get that in there and your chains will wrap around that, or you can cut yourself a notch. Once I've got my farm jack in place, as you see there, I've just got the top against the post supporting it. I've wrapped my rope all around this collar here, and then literally all I'm going to do, and you'll see the earth start pulling up, is start to jack that up. And what that does is pulls it all out in one piece. Once you're happy that that's basically out, you can see I've reached the top of the jack there. If I needed to, what I can do is readjust the jack for more leverage. I'm just going to let that off now. Undo all of this. As you can see here, I've just wrapped it around the post on top of that collar there, and that's what's basically lifted it up. And then remove the jack, get that out of the way, and as you can see there, that's the whole post, including the concrete, which has left us a nice big hole. So not only does it make it a lot easier, I've done that in less than a minute to get this post out, but we've also got a pre-dug hole, so if your fence is going in the same place, you're absolutely winning. So now this is out, we're basically going to continue and get all the posts out, and then any posts that we can't do with this method, we're going to have to dig out, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So as you can see there, that's the hole that it's left. Obviously it needs a bit of shaping and probably digging out a little more, but it's a lot easier than what we could have been faced with. Okay, so from here all we're going to do is get all the posts and the rest of the fence out, and we're putting them in a nice little pile there, and I'm going to show you a mega tip if you are a tradesman on getting rid of your waste. So make sure you keep watching because it's going to save you a lot of time and money. Okay, so Aidan's digging out the first hole here. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the correct depth, and I'll explain how to get the correct depth shortly. Okay, so the first post is in. You can see there, Aidan's just putting a gravel board in, and we'll slot that in so we know where the next post has got to go. We'll set the string line up so we know our nice straight line now, and what we'll do is we'll just go along and put each post in and work our way to it. So let's get a time lapse on and get to it. So if you've got a 6-foot panel, take the height of your fence, which is 6 foot, plus your gravel board. We're working millimetres here, which is 145 on this gravel board. Deduct that from your post length and you'll know what post size you want and how deep to get it in the ground. So if you've got a 2.4 metre post, you want around 450 in the ground. The rule of thumb ideally is a third in the ground, but obviously getting 800 mil in the ground is fairly difficult. So just lots of postcrete to make sure they're in good and proper. If you don't know the best way to dig a hole for a fence post, I have done a video on it which you can watch up here. So all we're doing here is shaping that hole and digging it out to the right depth. We'll then get the post in line, as you can see here, make sure that's all plumb and level, and start postcreting. Postcreting's mega easy, just make sure you're reading the instructions on the back of it. If you do get stuck, leave a comment. Okay, so we're 2 posts in and another 10 to go. This first 2 has been slow progress, but this is the point where we're setting a straight line and just going easy with it. This is the first time Aidan's done a concrete post and panel. He's used to feather edge and post and rail, so we're just taking our time with it. The main thing is that Aidan learned something, and now we should be flying. But basically, I don't know if you saw what we did there is we put the gravel board in, got where that post needs to be in, got the post in. We did a bit of teetering just to make sure the height was right. Got that post in, make sure it was good and level, and we're basically going to repeat that. It is very windy today and it's about to start chucking it down, so what I'll probably do is just skip and film key points of the day. But yeah, how to do a fence, let's get on with it. One thing I would say is thank you to everyone that has subscribed. We are now over 3,400 subscribers. Thank you so much. If you aren't subscribed and you do frequently watch my videos, consider hitting that subscribe button with the notification bell. It doesn't cost you a penny. Please like this video and also let me know what you have learned in this video. Hang on. See there, we're on our one. Right, we're on to our 6th hole. Luckily the ground is very, very soft. Obviously the rain and the wind is helping that, I guess, softening the ground up. But yeah, we're getting there. I'll just show you some quick tips to get the hole to the right depth. So we're using the auger first, and you can see from a previous project that we've actually put a little mark on where we need to auger out to. On this project we're about here, but we're just going to the end of the tape rather than putting a new mark. So we'll use the auger, get it around to the, get it around abouts to the right depth, and then use the post, and then use the post hole digger to square it off, so we've got a nice little cavity for our posts. And then we're just going to use our post fix to secure the post in place. If you don't know how to use that, I have done a video on it. Most of the instructions are on the back. I find it a lot easier to put your water in first, and then you can mix it around with a trowel or an implement like that. Anyway, I'm going to get the camera out of the wet and we're just going to crack on. Here's another common problem. We've got a big old root there, and this root was growing out towards exactly where we needed a post. But I've got a felling axe there, and all we've done is dig around the root, give it a good old whack with the axe, and now we're clear. This root here is basically dead, so if we can get it out afterwards we will, but obviously our main focus is to get this post in. We've literally been hit by a storm today. It's been absolutely awful, and tomorrow is going to be twice as bad, so we're going to get as much done as we can today, and we'll probably be back Thursday, but it's not ideal conditions. But there we go. The main thing is Gary Barlow is learning and he is becoming an absolute professional at fencing, aren't you, boy?
Yeah, boy.
So as you can see, it's an absolute washout, and we're ending it for this Tuesday, starting again now on the bright and sunny Thursday. And this is the part where I show you my tip for getting rid of waste, saving you time and money. I Get Rubbish to Go In. They're a waste management firm in Northamptonshire and Milton Keynes, and it basically means that they can clear up our waste whilst we're cracking on with a job. For what it's going to cost you in time and labour to take it to the tip, it will save you dividends. And they always tidy up after themselves, as you can see.
So there we have it. As you can see, the fence is done and the weather is a lot better, which helped us absolutely loads. Obviously we showed you how to put a post in. If you're not sure on how to do that, watch the video on how to repair a fence spur, and it's basically the same concept. The link will be in the description. And then all we've done with the gravel boards, obviously they were already in place, we've just gone along with a spirit level and levelled all them off. We've slopped the fence posts in from the top, which can be a little bit of a pain, but it's easy once you get going. And yeah, that's it. So how to do a fence. I think the main thing from this video is probably how to remove a post, but let me know in the comments what's helped you today. If you could like, comment and subscribe, I'd be very grateful. I'm Jack, the Big Friendly Gardener. You can click here to subscribe, here to watch our last video, here to win a leaf blower, and remember, keep gardening.